Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. We are in here. Okay, that works. Let's first flip over to this scan. There we go. All right, so let's see what we got popping up here. So this is the scan, pre-market scan right here, BINI, leading the way with 50 million shares of volume, NBY, devs, MODV, MDB, and grand. So this is pre-market scanner. It's really not super granular, but let's go ahead and see what these are looking like. I see two of them have catalysts from yesterday. Nothing has catalyst from today yet. So we'll see what ends up popping off. So BINI, MBY, devs. Okay. I guess while we're waiting, I can go over the one that I traded yesterday, which was Nuke. Nuke jumped up during the middle of the day. Like I was looking and I got a little notification or whatever, Nuke was popping, and ended up, oh, let me jump in here. Let's see. Okay, this was Nuke from yesterday. I got my notification right up in when it got around this level, $7. And I got in 20 shares down here around 811. 811 as it was rising out of here. And then it gapped up and I added on this dip to like 100 shares. I believe it was like 100 and something shares, but because I didn't want to risk too much, but this thing was just gapping up, and I ended up selling up here around like the 10-11ish level, just selling as it went up. Yeah, because I was in here full size there, 822, and then I started selling around this candle here, and then I sold some more up towards the top. So that was a pretty good move. Overall, it was 150 bucks, just getting that little move right there, and I was out when it started struggling. So I was just selling each one of those breakouts. But that was a trade from yesterday. Today, it's probably not going to be as lively as yesterday because it doesn't even have the volume right now or the percent gain. So today we'll focus in on the things with percent gain. All right, so Beanie, BINI, up 26% is a cheaper stock at 38. Let me turn this brightness up. At 38 cents is a cheaper stock. NBY, $1.39. Kind of has that barcode look right now. Does it have, so NBY actually had catalyst from yesterday afternoon at 3:05. The catalyst was it's offering a special cash dividend of 80 cents per share. When is it gonna do that? Let me click into that and see. 80 cents per share. Okay, so Nova Bay announces its board of directors and special transaction committee of board of directors has declared a one-time special dividend of 80 cents per share. The special cash dividend will be payable September 29th to stockholders of record as of close of September 15th. Okay, so it doesn't matter at this point. Right? Okay, so you have to be in before September 15th. But this is a problem because this is a one-time dividend. Is this a cash grab? Let's say if you do get in there and they sell, right? Yeah, sure, you get your 80 cents per share. But if everybody sells, if everybody knows this thing is happening and you don't get out, this thing could drop on you on NBY. So that's a very kind of risky play there. This special dividend reflects our commitment to creating and returning value directly to our stockholders. So yeah, I mean, you have until September 15th to be holding that, but you got to be holding to really benefit from that. And I'm not trying to hold. The next one is Devs, 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 up 78%. All right, so it hit a high of 665. Don't see any kind of catalyst for it, but it's the largest gainer right now with that 77 cents up there. So let's see what that daily chart. Oh, that daily chart. Ooh. Let's go over here and look at this. Make sure y'all on the right screen. Yep, y'all are. This is the daily chart on Devs. This one looks kind of tacky here. Had a very large fall off, or maybe like a shelf registration or split. Was down here around 27, popped up here around what, $2.21. And now it went all the way up to 6 on the morning. Let me squeeze where 6 there. 666 was the high. All the way up there. That is a long way away from where it was. So this was the pre-market high. Okay, that's pre-market level. And then right now it's trading at 392. So it's giving back quite a bit, back towards this level down here. The previous level is 291, right under that $3 level. Daily level, possible daily. Possible daily level. All right. Possible daily level, big gap there. NBY moving up. Whoa, NBY, what in the world? Just looked away from it. It was at 135 and came up here. Let's look at the daily chart on NBY. See what we can see. So right now it's trading, the pre-market high is 157. Closed up at 89 cents and now it's at 157. So we got to back up a little bit. Are there any obvious levels to this? 157. Looks like something up here, what, 183 is up here to the gap fill. So maybe right under that $2 level is possible daily level, could be possible daily resistance. Right under that 2. Let's back up a little bit more. Not really seeing anything else there. Okay, so we got the $2 whole dollar level. Good morning, Danielle. $2 whole dollar level. I'm still backing up, looking for more history, relevant history, but not really seeing it. Okay, so that $2 level is kind of like a line, a resistance level sitting up there. So our top 2 leading ones are NBY and DEVS, both up 70-something%. With over 1 million shares traded on both of those. Beanie went on down, BINI went on down. So if it doesn't want to compete, that's all good. Clean that one off. And we just got 2 NBY and Devs. NBY pushing on up there. like I said, that $2, what, 40 cents from here it looks like it's reachable, but that special dividend, I mean, it has special dividend news. Maybe somebody comes and gets excited about that, but I don't know. Let's look at Devs here. Devs just has no catalyst, so it's only got 3 million shares in comparison. NBY has 15 million shares, so it's got 5 times the shares traded as Devs. So NBY is definitely the thing sucking up the volume right now. Only obvious place that I saw was $2 up there on NBY, that it could work as a resistance. Well, I guess it does have this daily level down here too. I mean, the top side of where it came from. So it closed at around 90 cents. It has this top level right here, around this 125 level, and then this wick goes all the way down to 109. So these could be a possible little range here. That it could find some buying pressure off of. So possible daily range between this and this wick here. So duplicate back to 110. It's got a little range there. All right, let's back off of that. Look back at the 1 minute. So this is the range down here I was talking about, 109 to 125. That's on the daily that it could return to. It kind of held this level at first around, that was way earlier this morning. And then this is the $2 top level that's on the daily chart. ATR on NBY from yesterday was 10 cents. It has grown to 14 cents on the ATR. Devs has a ATR of, it was 26 cents yesterday. It's 79 cents today. Got this 125 level down here if it wants to revisit. Okay, let's go over to Devs here. Yeah, Dev's just not getting that love right now, but it is holding its gains a little bit better. And if it outperforms or starts to outperform NBY with no catalyst, that's going to be probably a clear sign that NBY is losing the eyes that it had on today. Point of control down here on Devs is 394, so right around that $4 hold dollar level. It's traded here for quite a while. Let me see when the last time Devs had catalyst. Okay, so it had catalyst on August 1st. DevStream deploys crypto treasury with initial Bitcoin and Solana purchases. Intends to expand credit facility to 300 million. So that was on August 1st. SEC filings. It did some filings on, see, a general corporate statement, registration statement. What kind of registration is this? Okay, so it says this prospectus supplement amends the prospectus dated March 12th. Okay, so on Form S1, update securities. Okay, shares of our common shares are listed. Okay, investing in the company's common shares involves risk. Okay, we know that. Okay. General statement. Initial offering. So it does have some offering news down here on devs. Did we just freeze up? I think we just froze up. Let me refresh this. Come on. All right. So back over here, devs, we were looking at this initial offering back on August 22nd. Interesting. They don't want me to look at that offering. Okay. Okay. Well, I guess we don't need to look at it then. Like the only thing causing that. All right. It is what it is. MBY picking on back up though. MBY had that high of 158. It went from barcoding to opening up here from 135 up here to 158, about a 20-cent open on that dividend news. It's super thickly traded over here. Just looking at the sizes that are being traded per cent. This is huge. Let's also, we didn't look at the share float. So the share float, MBY has a share float of 5.20. Devs has a share float of 2.27. And then these other ones that don't really have much volume are down here. Until they get volume, they really don't matter. But devs dropping on down, dropping on down. Trying to look more for things that make sense in the market, but sometimes the nonsense does overpower and it can draw you in with FOMO for real. You're just sitting there watching it, it has no catalyst, no reason. You're like, man, I got to take this, man. And sometimes those opportunities actually work out. But Nuke yesterday actually had catalyst, so with the U.S. Department of Defense, so that was actionable news there. Went from $4 to $11. MBY kind of slowing down there. I wonder is attention flowing elsewhere. I haven't seen anything pump up yet. Good morning, Tatiana. We're out here on Hump Day watching the two that we've seen pop up are NBY, DEVS, both up around 70%, kind of going back and forth. DVES does not have a catalyst, but NBY has a weak catalyst. So basically, NBY is giving a one-time dividend. September 25th, I believe we saw September 25th, but you have to be holding from the 15th to that day. So 10 days of holding for you to get the dividend, and we don't know what actions they're going to make in those 10 days. So they're supposed to be doing a dividend of 80 cents per share. So let's say you did take, 1,000 shares or something like that. That sounds like pretty good money, but we don't know what they're going to be doing. It says it's payable September 29th, not 25th, 29th, but you got to be holding from the 15th. So it's almost half a month hold for that 80 cents per share. And I don't even know if it's worth it, to be honest. But that's where people are right now. The majority of the volume is over there. They have reached how many shares traded? Almost 20 million shares traded. And this news came out yesterday afternoon. But NBY, as we can see, is going on down. We already marked it up. The levels that I saw down here on the daily chart was 125 and right around that $1 whole dollar level. To the top side, they had a gap fill up here that it hasn't went up to yet, which is at $2. But like I said, that catalyst, I don't know how explosive that catalyst is going to be. Devs, on the other hand, had no news, but still is up here on the volume. So it's got 3 million shares traded and hasn't really got super violent in here. Went up to 6, gave back almost half of what it had in the top of pre-market, and has a possible daily level. Now this blue line is just pre-market. That's a pre-market level. I'm not respecting that, but this daily level is the 289. So, but again, what buyers are sitting here? Maybe some buyers just for really quick profit, but I don't know how much is going to bounce out that 289 level. Still waiting on some more stuff to pop up though, because these 4 are our pre-market scan right here, and some of these don't even have much volume behind them. Some of these aren't even really quote unquote low floats or micro floats. So waiting for that catalyst to pop off today. Anyone play ALLR? No, I actually played Nuke. I don't know if you saw Nuke, Tatiana. But ALLR, let's see. I remember we talked about this one. Yeah, it got quite choppy around here. Made a move from $1 up to around 235. Fell down to 178 and all of that good stuff. But Nuke is the one that I actually played yesterday. A little bit higher priced, had catalyst at the time with the U.S. Department of Defense. It got going. I didn't see it, so it was going through halts. I didn't see it until this third halt. So I saw it. It came down. I added 20 shares in here, and then it went into a halt before I could add any more. Then it gapped up and dipped. Let me zoom in a little bit. Corner. Okay, right here. So I was able to add in here around like the 811 for average on 20 shares. It gapped up here, and then on this dip down back towards 850, I was adding in here, and then it rose up, and I sold some on this candle, this indecision candle, because it was an indecision candle, right? Like it was really shaky, and then it continued to push. After this candle, I only had 60. Well, I started with 105 shares. What I got in there, 105 shares. So just playing with 105, and then I sold like almost half on this candle. So I had like maybe like 60 something shares left, and it continued to push. I was just selling each one of these little pop outs, selling each one of these little pop outs. And then on this candle, I think I had like maybe five. No, I think I sold out completely on this one. And then it dipped down and I took a very small position up here. It bounced up. I took like just a little bit of profit, but it just kept going down. So I just left it alone after that. Left it alone. But overall, it was 153 bucks. 153 bucks. So yeah, I didn't touch ALLR though. NBY just continued to play around with this 150. So 8 cents downward movement. We'll see if it starts to stair step its way down. Really looking for something else to come up and challenge it. So it's 6:30 right now, 30 minutes past the time that retail can trade, or not all retail, but majority retail can trade. All right, let me go over here, jump to news feed, see what we got on news on the day. For things that are a little bit higher, mid to large cap, I only see Tiger in here, TIGR, and it's red on today. Let's look at the overall market too. That's what we need to do. Let's look at the overall market. So go to the 15-minute. Okay, so still working its way back up. Still trading within this little higher level here. Looks like it's coming back to test this 23,600 maybe at some point today, but still in this level. Just holding nice levels, higher lows. Let's go to oil. It's oil out here doing oil. Had a move, a bigger move 2 days ago, but definitely sold off a little bit as well. What about gold? Gold has already made a move out of here, so made the higher lows and made that little push out, but return to these levels. Okay. All right, so let's jump over to our front page, see what's going on out here. Refresh this. Okay, so why stock shrugged off Trump's boldest Fed move yet as the president attempts to fire a federal governor. Wall Street appears largely unbothered. Nvidia earnings on deck. Oh, this is supposed to be happening today after market. So Nvidia earnings coming out after market today. Coal stock soars after raising annual profit target. Investors worry Trump's Intel deal kicks off era of U.S. industrial policy. Canada Goose stock pops on report of gold private bids. China seeks to triple output of AI chips in race with U.S. Cracker Barrel stock jumps as company reverts to old logo. China stocks are on a tear. Here's the next catalyst. Okay. China aims to triple. Okay, we already read that one. You know, when I first read this, Japan's, I thought this said Akuza. I was like, what? Okay, but that makes sense. All right, so they're trying to push for a start of lower car tariffs, new mount planning to cut jobs in cost cut drive. Canada Goose stock jumps. Okay, we already saw that. But yeah, Nvidia, that's going to be something big today that's probably going to be drawing a lot of attention. Let me throw that on the watch just to keep an eye on it, because if it starts to, it's got 1 million shares traded right now, but it could suck up some volume as well. I'm not trying to trade Nvidia, just keeping an eye on it for any actions before aftermarket. Okay, so yeah. Let's go up to the calendar. Do we have any IPOs popping out today? We got earnings, and it is not showing Nvidia on here, surprisingly. It's supposed to be aftermarket today. Today is Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. Make sure they didn't change it. All right, let's see what we got here. Bank of Nova Scotia, blah, 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 Nvidia. Conference call scheduled today at 4 p.m. Q earnings announcement confirmed today after market close. Okay, so yeah. So there's a conference call scheduled for 4 p.m. That might be when the action may start, but we'll see. All right, let's go over to IPOs. Any IPOs popping out today? Nope. Interesting. All right. Well, if you guys are seeing anything else out here that y'all want me to dive into, definitely throw it into the chat. Right now, I'm just waiting on something to pop on the pre-market scan. We look down through here. Crypto has been taking a little bit of a rest period here. Let's go over there to let's see. Yeah. So this one has been taking quite a bit of a rest period, pulling back to the 111s. But I've made plenty of entries in here, looking for it to continue to push higher, even if it does pull back some more. We have this previously traded level all the way at the 71. I don't even know if it'll reach there, but it could. And I'll just keep stacking some bills and be ready to add to positions if it does pull back for the next run up. The next run up. Okay, so NBY continues to throw these high top and tail wicks. We've seen these before on hump days, a lot of indecision. People don't know if they should or shouldn't take action, especially on a weak catalyst like that. It could be very unpredictable. It could pop and it can also drop. So it's kind of like a 50-50 type deal with NBY. Dev's pretty much giving up the ghost. Didn't really have a reason to be up. So losing itself a little bit. Don't think we had any speakers on today. Today is the 27th. So yeah, the next speaker is tomorrow. Chris Waller, he's gonna be the last speaker for this month. Nvidia, they're to 183. A couple of hours, I think things are gonna be really popping on Nvidia. NDB, that was just one that came up. It's up 29%, but it's a little bit higher priced one. Don't know if it's going to get the kind of movement. It had news from yesterday afternoon, 3:05 p.m. What was your news? So it says the shares are trading higher after the company reported better than expected Q2 financial results. Let's see what this company actually does. Okay, so founded in 2007, MongoDB is a vendor of document-oriented database that document-oriented database that accelerates development processes of new applications. Enterprise customers can choose between the fully managed offering, MongoDB Atlas, or the self-managed version, MongoDB Enterprise Advanced. MongoDB is a popular tool among developers and is free. Its free community server has recorded over 500 million downloads since 2009. Okay, so kind of like a more professional GitHub for probably some top end developers. Okay, MBY pushing back up here again. Small little breakout. 160 still sucking up that volume here. 40 cents away from that gap fill. Very choppy movements, but it's very large sizes down here on each cent too though. So if it does end up blowing past something, it's going to probably be a bigger move, whether upward or downward. Well, relatively big move because this is a cheaper stock. It's $1.60. So big move for it, not a big move, for a larger stock. So this candle right here, 1 minute candle, went from 149 up here to 161, about 20 cents. Has an ATR of 14 cents. So just this candle alone did 14. Yes, sirree. Let's see. 158. We'll see how it does on 158. Donnell says buying opportunity or buy order 310 at 158. It's up 79%. Dev says went under 50% now. So NBY is the top gainer and has the top volume. 21 million shares up here. Share float 5.20. Very thickly traded here. Okay. And it just stopped moving. All right. So it's almost like a stalemate. All right, another one popping up here. PTNM, no catalyst on that one though. It's $1.25. Go look at what it's doing. PTNM, what is you? Are you gonna be a no catalyst mover out here? PTNM up 32%, going towards that ATR high right now. PTNM. Very low volume right now, no catalyst. Go look into what this stock is. Let's go see. So it says overview. All right, so Pentium Limited is a retailer in Hong Kong focusing on the sale of its proprietary brand of skincare and personal care products, especially hair care products, namely Pentium, a big PI online and offline, with 6 retail stores situated in prime shopping destinations in Hong Kong. The company emphasizes product design and development with an in-house product development team working closely with this original equipment manufacturing OEM and original design manufacturing ODM suppliers. Okay, so skincare, stuff like that. Okay. So it has what, 400,000 shares traded right now. I don't know. Up 35%. Hit the ATR high there at what's this ATR high? 140-ish. Let's go look at the daily chart. Daily chart closed at 99 cents and yep, daily chart definitely looking depressed. I don't know if this was from a split or what, but it came down to 99 cents and now it's trading around $1.32. So let's see if we can make any sense of this. The high was 149. So 149 is right here. Pre-market high. Then we'll change the color of that. That was just created, not really a respect level, because I don't see anything else to be that's obvious that could be respected out here. Yeah. We don't know. Back over to it though. PTNM giving up the ghost real quick. Back to the 116s. I don't know if that's going to be something that's going to come back later on in the day, but now it is down, so it's going to have to get back up for me to even pay attention to it at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean it off until it pops back up, if it pops back up. MBY continue to make these small little breakouts out here as well. Yeah, this one seems kind of oversaturated, to be honest, with the way it's moving. And then looking at the level 2, MBY is just, I don't know. I'll have to wait for a dump to kind of see who's buying this, who wants to buy it. Now it's starting to move a little bit. 167 up there, up 84% now. Took quite a bit of time. Moved from that 158 that Danielle had called out to around 10 cents up, and taking it a very long time to just make 10 cents. Danielle got his exit up there at 166. Nice move. Very choppy stop. BNY has room to $2. BNY, let me see. Oh, you're talking about NBY. NBY has room. Yeah, that was the daily level that I had marked up there earlier as a possible daily, but I just, with the way that it's being thickly traded here, I just didn't know if it could actually spread and make that jump. Because it's got a 14-cent ATR. So to make this jump from this one moving up is from like the 137. This is 40 cents just right, or less than 40 cents. This is like 30 cents right here. So that's, you know, getting to be double its ATR, unless it just makes some kind of pop shot up there to $2. But I don't know. Seems like there's a lot of struggle in this one. For it to be this cheap too, the R vol on this is only 10 times the normal volume, or 10 times the normal average volume, which is kind of weird, being that it has 25 million shares traded. So if it's only 10 times, like how much does it actually have to get like super abnormal? You know, up 20 times. It would need 50 million shares traded just to be up 20 times this average. And we've seen them, the R vols be up to 1,000 times. How many times would it take to get up to 1,000 times? If 10 is 25, wow, it would need a lot more volume to be up even more. A lot. Needs to double its volume. Point of control right now on the 1 minute, this is the 15-minute. Point of control on the 15-minute is 140. I didn't realize I was still on the 15-minute. That's why I wasn't seeing that much motion. I'm tripping. But it looks even worse down here on the 1 minute. Very small candles here. Top side 158, 157. So you took on the break of 158 right there, that 3 times rip. Now I see why you took it. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. For a little breakout, either is going to break out or dump. So took the chance, got it. Point of control on this one is 140. 30 cents back to the downside. Let's see if it moves faster downward than up though. Because this does not look like a comfortable ride on the upside. My audio is cutting out. Let me see what's going on over here. Audio. Oh, I see. Okay, let me do this. Properties. No, we don't want that. I want. Okay, testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Okay, that should be better. Yeah. Okay. Don't want to scream right now, but I think that should be what did I do? I didn't move my mic any closer. It's still across the room. I don't know. Cody Crawford. Let's see. Any other prospects for the day? Well, here's so we saw this one, this little PTNM pop up. Is back up to 35%. We saw it pop earlier, PTMN or NM. It's another cheaper one right here. And we saw it pop earlier, and it's like a skincare company or something like that, but it's up 35%. It made the pre-market high here of 149. It is retesting this ATR high here. So, I mean, it might get through it, but it's a skincare one. It's got 1,000,000 shares traded. ATR of 40 cents right now, closed with the ATR of 38 cents. If we look at it on the daily chart again, We didn't see any really obvious levels out here on the daily for PTNM. Look at this is the whole daily chart. So we had this big slash, closed at 99 cents, made a pre-market high at 150-ish. And then there's really no obvious levels for it to go to right here, you know, especially being a skincare whatever company. But has the lows down here. It's getting some type of volume. It just continues to struggle. You know, point of control right here at 123. And above this, so maybe it'll catch up with devs and go ahead and knock it out. But just needs more volume, to be honest. Super cheap one. But these types I just don't do well in, for real. They don't pay a whole lot. And like, let's look at the biggest candle. The biggest candle right here was from 121 up to 130. So it's about 8-ish cents. Then it had another rip from 130 up here to 145 and then ripped back down under this ATR high. Then it came back up, tested ATR high, and again, showing weakness there. So I don't know. We're getting something else. ADGM just popped in. ADGM. A lot of these are cheaper. ADGM. ADGM. And what was that other one? Something else just popped up here that I saw. I don't know why ADGM just popped off and then vanished. Oh, wait, what is it doing? I don't even know what this one's doing. Does it have catalyst on the day? It just popped up and disappeared, but not really sure about that. All right, let's get back over here. Devs continue to go down. PTNV or PTNM. PTENM continues to test under this ATR high here. It definitely is moving easier than these other two, though, for sure. PTNM, another test on that ATR high. It's like 1, 2, 3 times it's been here. It's about to cross over devs as far as volume goes. Devs has right under 5 million. This one is getting some attention though. Being a hair care, skin care company, I don't know how much it can go, but it's definitely moving easier than these other two that we've seen. It's not chopping as much. It's having an easier time to get up. Trying to hold that ATR high there, right at that 137-ish level. About to pass up devs here in volume. Will it close above that ATR level? Da, 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 da. Okay, so this one's still doing its thing. MBY still chopping upwards as well. So a very small breakout here of 4 cents. And this one's just moving. It's just moving so much easier than the other one. I don't know. PTNM may be one to just keep on watch, maybe. I didn't see any catalysts on this one. Do they have any AGRI just popped up? AGRI, we've seen that one before for sure. AGRI. It looked like it had catalysts on today. So let's go check that out. Up 22% right now, AGRI. Let me go see the catalyst on this one. AGRI here. This is AgriForce. We've definitely seen this one before. Let me go look at the news here. Up 22%. Has news on today. It says Growing Systems expands Alberta mining footprint. I said footprint to 3 sites with 4 MW or 4 megawatt deployment. All right, so Vancouver, British Columbia, AgriForce Systems Limited, an advanced digital infrastructure and crypto-centric company, today announced it has entered into a definitive agreement with Blue Flare Energy Solutions for the deployment of 4 megawatts of hydro-cooled uh, power generation and mining infrastructure in Alberta, Canada. This agreement follows the previously announced binding letter of intent between the two companies. When fully deployed, the 4 megawatt installation is expected to deliver approximately 250 whatever per second. I guess photons per second. I don't know if that's what kind of is this? Oh, hydro cooled power generation. Is this water? I don't know what this is, but anyway, of hash rates. Petahash per second. Okay, petahash per second rate capacity and become operational within 90 to 120 days. Okay, so this is crypto. Looks like they're doing some type of trying to be very energy efficient and whatever. But these are mining sites, and these are petahashes per second. Okay, so build a crypto treasury, expand modular compute capabilities, monetize energy first infrastructure. So this is what this is. Okay. All right, and they do have news on today, crypto news on today. Only problem is crypto, we'll see if crypto wants to help us out and actually start coming back up. But it's got 1 million shares traded on it. So let me go ahead and do a little cleanup out here. So take this off, ADGM. You don't have volume. Take MDB off. And so now we have, well, I was watching NVIDIA because NVIDIA has aftermarket news today, but I'm going to take that one off because I'm not going to actually trade it. I just see what happens during the day. But AGRI, definitely one we've seen before. People are probably going to get a little bit excited about it. But we'll see. It does have the crypto backbone, up 21% right now, but still has competition overhead from MBY, which is pulling back off of that 175. Couldn't quite push all the way to that $2 level. PTNM got through the pre-market, so we got 3 of them that are looking a little spicy. So we got PTNM, AGRI, and what was the other one? Oh, another one just popped up, SLRX up 32%. Let me see what this one is. How much volume do you have, big boy? SLRX. You don't have, nah, I'm not looking at that. It's got to come up more. It popped and it just, nah, up and down. All right, so we're going to stick with what has volume here today for now. You need more volume, big boy. All right, AGRI holding up this ATR high, but again with the top and tail wicks. This is just what MBY was doing. These top and tail wicks. Let's back up and look at the 5 and the 15. All right, so here's the 15 minutes. The pre-market high was 360. So I'll go ahead and mark that up. Pre-market high 360. And change that color to blue. That is not a respected line. I don't know why it stopped there, but let's go look at the daily chart on AGRI. So last time I looked at this one, looks like I left a possible daily level out here is 764 possible. But I don't know what it's going to try to get to today. It is holding up that ATR high though. Let's jump back to the 5 minute and the 1 minute. So AGRI could get a little spicy, but seeing a lot of these wicks. A lot of those wicks. Point of control right now is at the 331. So majority of the shares traded have been there. Yeah, this one, yeah, this one's looking like it wants to get back to their pre-market high, throwing those wicks out there. More and more wicks. With the crypto catalyst behind it. It's the first one we've actually seen today that has news on today. But still very some very wary movement with these top and tails. Ooh, all right. Right up to the pre-market high. A little test there on AGRI. We'll see if it can hold up the pre-market highs. 360 level. It has caught up with AGRI is walking up the charts, catching up with. There's another one with news on today, AZTR as well. It's got some work to do, but it does have news on today. What is AZTR? Let's see. Azitra announces first patient dosed with a phase 1-2 trial targeting oncology patients with some kind of associated rash. Okay. Okay, whatever. So we got a little lineup here. All of them are pretty much on the cheaper side, but AGR is definitely one to probably keep on watch today. Coming back and testing that pre-market high, but this is a pre-market level, so it's not just a bunch of respect here. If this was a daily level, I think it would get respected more, but we'll see. Bam. Got a little kick out. Top side was 375. Still thinking about this 360. Like I said, this is a pre-market level, so that respect, man, got to show him, put some respect on his name at 360, but he doesn't have any, so kind of a questionable spot to try to hold up. We'll see how they do. Came down and tapped that pre-market, not showing, not putting that respect on his name like that. At 360. New candle opens. Okay, so let me just, I'm gonna circle back through everything real quick. You can watch what you want to watch, but NBY continue to grind higher. It's all it's been doing all morning, up 95% with 44 million shares traded. PTNM again got through this pre-market, but pre-market, I just don't respect those levels, man. Pre-market can get broke so easy back down. So now the pre-market high is up here at 168. So I'm gonna go ahead and move this pre-market high. right there, 169. Where were we? Devs is pretty much dead in the water, to be honest. Yeah, Devs is dead in the water. AGRI again could not respect this pre-market level. Gonna move this, activate to new pre-market. And then we got AZTR, which is currently putting in a pre-market high. AZTR. It does have catalysts on today. Got past the ATR high, but don't know where the pre-market high is because it's just rambling up. But all of these can't hold up. We got 5 of them. Somebody's going to lose attention. Somebody is going to lose attention here. Okay, so AZTR is about to cross over Devs as well. So our top 3 are going to be NBY, PTNM, and AZTR. They're all under $2. They're all in that same competition. So we'll see how that works out for them. Surprised AGRI wasn't able to hold up, but yeah, it kind of got crushed underneath everybody else. Nothing to see here. Where am I buying it at? So for these stocks, just based on my statistics, this is where I lose money. No matter where I buy, I could buy anywhere and lose money. So based on my statistics, I kind of stay away from these. Some people like to trade them; they have strategies for them, but yeah, I'm not jumping in and out of these. I kind of like my money, so and I like to hold a little bit longer for bigger moves, and that is kind of something that can get me killed on these. So yeah, I'm marking them up, putting those possible levels out there. You know what could happen, but usually the levels that I do on the higher price stocks, they usually hold a little bit better, and they have a more daily level set up for me. So they're a little bit easier to actually trust the levels that they have up there. Even though it's not 100%, they can still break down a level, and I'd be sitting here with a bump on my head. But these right here, these cheap ones, something else just popped up. What is this? DSS popped up real quick. What is that? Okay, it popped up and went straight down. Oh, okay, I don't like that. Leave that alone. You're selling your last 10 shares of Lilly today. Okay. You've been holding Lilly forever. Forever. All right, so AGR making its way back down after failing to hold up. Going under 20%. Devs shimmying down as well, and AZTR finding some type of pre-market high here at 137. 137. So it's going to mark that up for pre-market. Activate, edit. This is pre-market high for now. All right, what we got here? NBY still on this grinding passion. PTM NM right back to this ATR high, struggling again. AZTR, this is definitely a wiki day for sure. AGRI really trapping people in there. It had the crypto news behind it and everything. Maybe it'll be something that makes a move later, but for now it's kind of on that struggle bus. MBY just cracked 100% up here at 182, but this is a super grinder. It has moved from the bottom of 135 up here to 182, which is about 50-ish cents of grinding. AZTR point of control up here at 124. I want something better, man. I want something better. Um, uh, Nothing to see here. You're gonna trade Nvidia today. Nvidia is coming out with their earnings after market. Are you already holding some Nvidia, or are you how you gonna play that? Or are you gonna play it at all? Everything that's leading is under $2, except for AGRI that keeps popping here. Trying to make it back up, but continues to kind of slip downwards. Yeah, Nvidia's AZTR is coming up there, but Nvidia, depending on these earnings and with China, I was reading some of the articles today. China's trying to triple their chip output to compete with the US. So I'm wondering how this is all going to play out. Are they going to overextend themselves trying to triple output or what? AZTR popping that pre-market high, but I'm wondering how that's going to be looking after today. Or will China, I don't know, will China even because what Trump was suggesting was for all of the chip output, US will get 15% of it, right? And so I'm wondering where that's going to push to as well. Is that going to be pushed back? How is that going to well, I guess it was on that specific chip though, that H20 Nvidia chip that they had, but let me see. I don't know if it's on all of their chip production, but I know it was specifically for the H20 chip. The AZTR hit the pre-market high, coming on back down. NBY still grinding up. Well, I bet these opens are going to be dreadful for these choppy stocks during pre-market. This is going to be dreadful. Still holding PLTR position, looking for it to get into the 120, 165 range. Let me go look at PLTR here. NBY finally dumping off. Let's go to PLTR. Go to the daily chart. So over here on the daily chart, it had a little bit of a gap down. Came all the way down here to 142-ish level, right around this 145. And now it's coming back up, and he said 165. So that's almost the middle of this gap here. Almost back to the high here, right over the high of 163 there on PLTR. You said you were broke, but I was broke and had to. You're sad you bought PLTR at $12 and sold like at 30-ish. Yeah, you know, it is what it is sometimes, man. I mean, I feel like everybody feels that way about Tesla. You remember the first time when Tesla hit like $1,000 something and they were like, at one point like 40 something dollars or something, whatever it was. And it's kind of like a Bitcoin move. It's like, man, but the thing is, opportunities always come. It's just you got to get back into the right positioning. Like with my crypto, I got like, I don't know how much crypto. So it's like, it's all spread out. The butter is everywhere. And it only takes one or two to go. You don't need like all your whole portfolio to go. One or two can change your life. I mean, with mine, I got like 50. So three of them, if three of them go, I'm like, hey, I'm cool. Let's ride, boys. But anyway, let's jump back over here. Okay, MBY giving up the ghost. AZTR trying to hold up that 136. PTMN. And then AGRI again looking real weak down there. So I'm going to get rid of AGRI. Don't really care if it can't make moves. Oh well, don't want to see it. Devs kind of dead in the water as well. Go ahead and get rid of that one. That one looks like it's just walking down the map. So we got three up here: MBY, AZTR, and PTNM. Let me check the news feed and see if we got any new news out here. So I see NIO, 7 a.m. SunCard and NIO, a new stage of cooperation with the success of NIO's ES8 and Unvo L90 models, delivering something, delivering whatever. What is this? What is it delivering? Delivering fully intelligent insurance to drivers. Okay, fully intelligent. I don't know what that even means, but it is what it is. Fully intelligent insurance. So this scanner or this news feed is basically looking for prices above $5, looking for mid to large caps, and looking for a volume of, what was the volume on this? Over 1 million in the volume on each day. So it's basically giving me what has met that on the day. And so not that much yet, but it's not like I'm just starving for something to be popping. So right now, just looking around, seeing what is on the playlist. PTNM continued to go down as well. AZTR. These top and tails on the day are really annoying. And I know they're annoying a lot of traders that are trying to see this thing rip to $2, right? And the problem is with the way that this thing is playing is almost playing mind games. You know, at some point in the day, it might just rip to $2, but you need patience to get there. You know, you keep buying, keep buying, keep buying. Yeah, it's gonna go, it's gonna go, and then all of a sudden, you know, when you think it's in the worst position, it rips to $2, and you're like, no, you know. And that's how these like to play. So it's one of those things you kind of just have to, you know, not oversize. That's the biggest thing. Because if you oversizing these cheap ones, you're gonna get your lunch money taken. I said taken. PTNM pretty much gave back everything. 15 million shares up there, just taking lunch money. So right now, the top two left on the list that I really am just watching to die is MBY and AZTR. Yeah, let's go look at NIO here. A little bit deeper dive on the daily chart here. All right, so NIO. Oh, I got some old lines up there. These aren't even labeled, so I know they're old. All right, let's zoom back a little bit. So this far. So the high on NIO was $66 at one point. Looks like it had trading around $6.13, got going up. Had a nice little fade on what is this, 2021, ripped back up a little bit and then continued to fade. Let's see, 2021, 2023, and now it's coming back above this level. So this 613 level was the original, kind of like the IPO, around the IPO price, 613, and it's coming back into this level. Let me clear some of these old levels. I don't like all these levels. Clear this. And so I want to keep the 613. Well, oh well. I'll make it again. 613 range right in here. Possible daily. So we will edit. That. So we got a little bit of range from right at the bottom of this to the top. So we'll duplicate this somewhere up in there, 1380. So we got a little bit of range. Let's look at how it reacted to that 1380 and all of that. So it came down and bounced off of this one time, this little zone here. This little zone in here, and ended up cracking down. Then we came on the bottom side and tried to test this 1380 to the top side. So this was 2 tests. And then we try to come back and we got a third test over here of this 1380. So 1, 2 on the top side trying to get down through it. 1, 2, 3 down through it. 1, 2 on the bottom side, got a little rip through there and then continued to fade. And then down here around this 5, well, it was 613 at first, but 513, whatever. It also came up, tried this level, faded, tried this level, faded, and now it's trying this level again. So we got a couple of tries in here. Let me get my oval. So we got this one, try to get through 1. We got a head and shoulders pattern, looks like a small head and shoulders there. We got a small little try here, so that's 3, and then this is 4. 4 times trying to get back over, you know, we're holding above $5. Okay. So yeah, I'm looking at 5, like right around $5 is where it's trying to hold. I guess your backstop could be the lows here, 318 or whatever, like a $2 risk or something from the 5s. Where is it actually trading right now though? See, it says, oh, it says 653. Okay, well, it's held the 5s. It says 653. Let's back up a little bit. I see another one that just popped up, FLNT. It's a low float. Has news on today. Fluent something. FLNT. Let's go look at that one. It popped up and popped right back down. This one right here, FLNT Fluent. Had a pre-market high of 287. But I don't know if it had any catalyst. Let me go see. Did it have catalyst? FLNT. Yes, they do. It says expands data intelligence and data collaboration capabilities with strategic Databricks partnership. So this is a partnership news. And key leadership hire is the news for today. This one, let me see. This initiative marks the launch of Fluent's dedication data solutions arm. Designed to empower agencies, platforms, and brands through privacy-first data collaboration. Fluent and Databricks powering privacy-first data collaboration, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay, so something is happening over there at Fluent. They do have catalysts on the day. Let's see if they continue to hold. But again, we're seeing these top and tails, just like we've seen on everything else this morning. Everything else this morning. TR, PTN, that one died. All right, so let's go look back at AZTR. What do you got? Coming back to this pre-market level, breaking it down. Like I said, I really don't trust pre-market levels. I'd rather if I'm trading in pre-market, it will be on a daily level that was made before this, you know, because these pre-market levels can get you killed. MBY slinking its way back, but has not got back up to that pre-market high. AZTR continue to come on down. NIO, Flint popping back up there. FLNT making these wicks. Let's go look at the daily chart on Flint. So it closed here on 220. And now it's trading up to, it got a high of 290 up there. So pre-market high was somewhere up in here. 290. Okay. Somewhere up in here, pre-market high. And it may rip through that. I don't know. I'm just marking it for right now, just so I can have an idea. All right. Next level here is the daily level of the $3. So this is a possible daily level at $3 flat. Let's back it on up. Okay, so that $3 level got tested back here as well. All right, and then the next level after that 3, not really obvious. It's got 2 of them in here. I don't know which one. I mean, you could play this as a range, but not really super obvious there. This one up to 384. I mean, maybe. Let's look at the overall chart. Overall chart has been in a downtrend overall, but maybe if it starts breaking over those 3s, maybe it'll go up and kind of wrestle with 350 or whatnot. Jump back over here to Fluent. Jumping on and off the scans. Got the ATR high down here at 250, giving up the ghost a little bit. So yeah, it's going to have to be a little bit stronger than that. AZTR, again, struggling with this pre-market high. People just trying to make decisions. FLNT almost to 1 million shares traded. Nothing to see here. You have a grudge against Chinese stocks? Absolutely. Me too. You're not in the boat by yourself. Chinese, I got knots on my head too. Chinese stocks, man, they are different. They hit different. They're like Chinese firecrackers, you know. Some of them are very small, but they got big explosions, and the fallout is sometimes massive. Sometimes is massive. A lot of times it's massive. AZTR pumping back up there, 145. Fluent went on off, so I'm going to clean FLNT. It's just continue to go down, so not too worried about that. AZTR holding up though, up 95%, up almost to $1.50. Let's jump back over here to the news feed and see if anything else is populated on the news. Okay, so I don't like that. That's just a bunch of conjoined news. I like singular news. Give me something that's talking about itself. Devs. All right. Okay. MBY steel. Okay, so this was the pre-market high. Came down here and tested this pre-market again. Forming more of those top and tails. The top of this was 150. Up 89% with 37 million shares traded on this one. So thickly traded, man. They're fighting over pennies, literally. PTNM down. Flint looks like it circled back around. Let's see what Flint is doing. Oh yeah. Flint FLNT coming back up towards this pre-market high. Pre-market high was 290. Went all the way down there and tested the ATR lows. Does have catalysts on the day, but do your due diligence. The shares outstanding on Flint is 24 million, so it is a higher float than what we would usually be trading in pre-market, but it is getting that volume. Trying to catch up and get and kind of compete with some of these other ones as well. But it's a higher float, so I'd be careful with Flint or Fluent. I said Flint, Fluent. The ones that are low floats are trading like they're large caps. So here are the floats again. MBY with 5 million shares, and we've seen it chop around. That is not how this float should be moving. AZTR 3.52 chopping around. PTNM choppy. Devs choppy 2.27 shares in the float. Fluent FLT whatever 10 million shares in the float. Oh, I was looking at the shares outstanding. 10 million shares in the float. And then these other ones that are out here are even higher and really are just not even in the ranking when it comes to volume. But yeah, these low floats that are leading the day are not moving like low floats. AZTR coming back to the pre-market again, trying to get up under it. So the pre-market is when these things have the freedom to move like they want to without halts. We just kind of, if they continue the same sentiment into the intraday, they're not gonna do much. They're not gonna do much at all. Flint pushing up here towards this level. I'll keep Flint on watch for intraday trading for sure. The way it's moving, maybe it'll chop up, and it's got a catalyst on the day. I'll keep my eyes on it, see what it wants to actually do. Small little breakout. Had this daily level up here right at that 305 level. We'll see how that tests. And if it can hold up, maybe that'll be a play there. But not rushing into anything. Oh, it just popped up there through a wick to that daily level, 305. Let's see if it faces resistance up there. Comes back down to this 290. Small little pops there. Let's see if it closes underneath $3. So $3. Let's see where it closes here. So new candle open. There we go. Let's see if we can get back to that pre-market high 290s. Hmm. Okay, so it looks like it's gonna get a close almost under 3. Took a little gamble on Flint, about 3. We'll see. It's right in the middle of this level. Maybe it'll go back up to 305s for you. Get through it, yeah. 305, 4-cent break. Throwing another top and tail wick. All right, let's see how this goes. I'm kind of, these top and tail wicks are kind of turning my stomach a little bit. A little bit. Like I said, usually for these higher floats, I kind of wait to intraday to see what the actual trading sentiment is on, because they kind of just go back and forth. They trade a little bit more on the side of like maybe mid cap sometimes, especially during intraday. So I kind of wait for intraday for those. But the low floats that we saw today, the ones that maybe possibly we would trade during pre-market, those are just dead in the water, man. Looks like it's closed. Let me go to the 5-minute here. That 5-minute looking like 15-minute. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I'm gonna keep my eyes open, but for right now, I just want to see what's gonna hold up into the open. I'm gonna go ahead and what's this? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to watch into the open. So Flint, Devs, PTNM, AZTR, NBY. Let me see the AGR. What did it end up doing? AGR just did. Okay. All right. Well, maybe it'll come back up, but maybe not. But all right. So these are the ones that I'm watching at the open. Where's my watch list? These. All right, so these are the ones that I'm watching at the open. If they end up failing, it is what it is. I'm okay with taking a no trade day. I mean, I traded yesterday for a nice winner on Nuke NUKK for a $3 ride. So we'll see what's in store for the day. I'm okay with sitting back. I got work to do anyway. But if something else pops that's looking better with Catalyst during the day, then I will probably be more inclined to trade it. We'll see though. But anyway, I'm about to jump off of here. We pretty much seen the pre-market moves and the kind of like the what do you call it? The characteristics of these stocks today are showing us that there is some wiki potential today. And so that's one of the things that I observed, and I'm like, okay, well, let's just be mindful of that and not be buying the top of the tippity top. Because if the Wix is going to be a reoccurring theme throughout the day, I don't want to be a part of that. I'd rather buy low and lose than buy high and lose. Buy the dip, and if it does rip to the top of that wick and I'm able to sell a little bit, great. But if I'm buying high and losing on a wick, oh no, I'm gonna get cooked. Anyway, I'm about to get out of here. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Keep your head on the swivel. You're gonna continue to trade. We have the Discord where we continue conversations throughout the day. It is free, no kind of paywalls or anything like that. Anybody can join. It should have been dropped into the chat a couple of times, but yeah, you can get in there. And I post any of the trades that I take. I post crypto trades. I post what else? Dividend trades, all that stuff in there. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, that gets posted in there too. But yeah, that is looking like that is it for today. We got another one that just popped on. What is this? MBRX. What is this? This one looks so cheap. This one looks so cheap. MBRX. All right, but anyway, that's just another cheap one. It's a lot of cheap movers today, but MBRX. Anyway, I got to get out of here. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.